All right, check, check, check is good. All right, money makers. We're just going to go over this real quickly today and just talk about the levels. Just kind of bump the levels that I'm looking at and why. So, really just choppy price action, right? I have not been focusing on any trades. Everything has just been kind of choppy, right in the middle. Locally, we still are holding the line when it comes to this weekly support. Let me get rid of this for you real quick. So, in a nutshell, you know how we do it. Right off the bat, context review. We want to focus on what are we moving away from? What are the participants doing? I don't really like to think of it who's in control, or the buyers, the sellers, or the bears, or the bulls. I like to look at it like, what is the participants? Where are the participants? And as you can see here, just locally, it's a lot of just up, quick down, then grind up, then fast down, then fast up, then grind down. I mean, it's not really price action if you're looking to catch those moves, those scalps, those day trades. We are just kind of knocking everyone out the box. We are opening into somewhat of balance, right? Which matters because when you open outside of balance, price is going to go look for something very quickly, typically, most of the time. And when you are inside balance, price likes to stay inside balance till it gathers up enough trap traders to move away. So in a nutshell, these are the areas that I'm looking at. These specific prices are in the Discord. And then I'm going to go over why I'm looking at those areas. So I'm going to bring up my high time frame levels. As you can see, just like monthly, daily levels stacked up down here. Naked points of control. Down here, I do have a time point of control. And I also have a one-to-one extension that's kind of stacking up. So I expect this level, if we drop to the downside, to provide some support. I ultimately don't believe that this support will hold. But it might provide a little bit of a trade, right? And if this doesn't hold, then I would say definitely we're coming on down here. Right here, this little naked weekly point of control, which is on a daily level, I'm looking at this kind of could just provide something like this, right? Or this would be a nice sign of strength to see if we did flip this, then I would think that we would be coming up here, going to the upside to ultimately check out this value area high. Yeah. So, and actually, I could say something like this is in the works. Something like that. Right? Those are my longs, those are my shorts. I'm going to move on here to the ES and the NQ and just kind of give you the dime store, just wide angle view. So ultimately, I do like this, have a nice weekly level down here. And this is kind of lining up with a little bit of this supply demand flip. So NQ coming into big support with quite a ways to go down, 3%, right? Might be a little bit more of a grind. I'm sorry, that's the ES. NQ, exact same situation. Still coming ultimately into this big, nice supply demand flip zone. I'm going to bring up here my high time frame levels. And as you can see here, weekly level, SFP of this level, 22,821. I will be kind of zoomed in looking at the level. But the good news is that everyone's having the opportunity to get in at lower prices. So nice trend to the downside. Oh, and look at that. Value area low, supply demand zone, weekly level. You know, it is quite a ways down there. So I'm probably just going to remain flat and look, but it's nice to see lower prices, right? Don't panic. Your portfolio might be a little bit, right? You're looking at your IRA and all that stuff, and it might be taking kind of a nosedive, but great opportunity to come in at lower prices. So when we see that moves, they're coming to the downside, boom, 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 boom. And then we're coming into that big support. It's actually a good sign for things that they could turn around. Anyways, we're going to go back up here to Bitcoin and we're going to get in and oof, look how busy that chart is. Oh my God. A lot going on this chart, but mainly what I wanted to focus on today was local participants. So for that, I'm going to bring up some order flow and we're going to look at it and I'm going to walk you through how I would look at this for participants. So I'm going to come to this template that Big Daniel, shout out Daniel, was nice enough to create and give me. Oh, I'm going to get my trading. And this is beautiful about Atas, is that I can trade right here from my Bybit account, or what have you. Not every crypto account is available on there, but Atas, great platform, taking away the friction from making a trade. You don't have to have your VPN on over here or do it from your phone. Nope, you just come on here. If you want to go percentage USD, right? I want to risk 10% of my account. And the best part is that you can have these strategies. You can pre-program a strategy of where your stop loss is, when you want to take profit, if you want to trail stop loss. Very, very simple pre-planned strategies. I knew I was going to mess up that little tongue twister. So anyways, I mean, just locally, if we're looking at participants, it's basically like this: low, higher, low. Low, lower, low. The aggressive participants are selling, but price isn't going down. So also now we're going to look at open interest. You can see here, open interest going up, negative delta. So new positions coming in the market, and those are shorts. Open interest going up, negative delta. So if everyone's shorting and everyone is selling aggressively, but the price is going up, what is occurring? Well, what is occurring is there's some unseen force that is really just not allowing price to go down. This is what we recognize as bullish divergences. Now, we do have bullish divergences that are coming into higher time frame resistance. You can see here weekly VWAP, session VWAP, weekly point of control, previous month point of control. So there's a lot to get over. Right? There's a lot of hurdles to get over. So if we did flip this high and start having a market structure that's going upwards, I would say that would be really strong. Just simple fact that lots of aggressive selling, lots of shorts opening, but the price isn't going down. This is how you have to kind of look at the participation. Not something you jump into a trade off of. Right? This is not something that can give you an immediate trade, but it can tell you locally what's going on, who's where, can really give you an insight, peel back the curtain, see what's going on in that market. Anyways, that is it for today. That's the levels that I'm going to be looking at. I'm really waiting for either lower or higher. I have these levels here that are kind of in the middle, but I'm really not interested in trading them. I don't have any kind of gotcha content for you guys today. These are just some local trades where I'm just going to be looking for a reaction, but ultimately I'm waiting for higher, or I'm waiting for lower, or I'm waiting for higher. Not really interested in just trading the middle of this chop. And it's okay, sometimes you can just watch, wait for something bigger, let everyone else be out there, get wrecked. Because I tell you, locally, this price action is just crap. Oh, one last thing I wanted to just go over is the profiles and the importance of the profile, right? So we can see here, this is what they call a double distribution, right? This big P-shaped profile, it's really when you have a fast move to the upside and then you start to range, right? So really those longs just got wrecked. Everything moved up to the upside and then we found some balance. I can see here value is migrating to the downside with the open, that little thing to the left there is where we opened, and then this is currently where we are. So as you can see here, we're opening just teeter-tottering on balance, but balance is migrating to the downside with some unfinished business down here. As you can see this kind of blotchy low, right? This is, oh, that isn't my little square. Where's my little square? I'll do a little circle. Oh, that's just a diamond. Oh, here's my square. So as you can see here, this is really unfinished business. When you look at it from a profile standpoint, this is finished business. Price has no reason to go down there. This is showing you that the bigger trader got involved. This is not where you come and you look for strong support, right? When you see this big wick, when you see like this big wick, that is what we call finished business. So as you can see here, we really have some finished business to the upside, but not really locally. So it's kind of a mixed bag, is what I'm saying. Choppy price action, bullish divergences, unfinished business to the lows, but finished business below that. All of this is to get an idea of what kind of market is this. Sometimes levels just stack up on each other, and you will say, hey, you know what? That's a strong level. I'm interested in trading that level. I'm going to set an alert, and I am going to, when that alert goes off, I'm going to be looking for some kind of reversal pattern or some kind of SFP, which is what I'll be looking at on the NQ around here, 6257, 6239 area. I'll be looking for just that. And it all depends on how we approach too. If we're really just nose diving into it, right? I want to look for that nice reclaim. Or if we're just grinding, I might catch a couple of scalps, just those quick pops up when we get into those zones and those levels. So set those alerts. Yeah, and that's all I'm looking at. If you got any questions, hit me up in the Discord. I'll link the Discord in the chat. And that's about it. Peace.